Hey everybody, Neil here from Post to Post, back at you with another jersey design video. I've been having a lot of fun with this series so far. We've done Toronto, Montreal, Columbus, the Rangers, and now we're on to Edmonton. In the last video, there were some votes for some specific teams. Edmonton got a few votes, and I thought, well, Edmonton's kind of in the spotlight right now, and why not? It's pretty good timing. But I also wanted to do Edmonton because I wanted to show you an example of failure. If you're not familiar with the process, maybe you haven't watched any of the other videos, I'm redesigning the home jersey for every single NHL team, but I'm setting specific rules for myself. Let's jump into the rules very quickly. I'll tell you what they are, and then I'll tell you why I think I failed this one. So the rules are one small change, that's what I'm allowed, a small change, one big change, and an optional shoulder change. I can keep the shoulder patch, I can add a shoulder, I can remove the shoulder patch, I can do whatever I want with the shoulders, kind of patch-wise or design-wise or whatever, or do nothing. So that's kind of optional. But the idea here is to focus on the home jersey. Now, the template that I'm using in here is by Puck Designs. I've said this in the previous videos. I have no idea who this person is. Not a sponsor, not an affiliate. It's just a free template online that you can use. It's very resource light, maybe is the best way to put it, on your computer. It's going to be pretty easy to work with, and it's just a nice simple template, flat lay template. So feel free to get that. And once you do, there's a little download graphic there for you. Got that person's Instagram. Go give them a follow. So shout out to whoever that person is, Puck Designs, for the free template for anyone to use. Okay, so here we have the current, Edmonton Oilers jersey that needs redesigned. And I think the reason that I failed, and you'll see my designs here soon, but I think the reason that I failed this one is because I'm uninspired, and I think that what the Edmonton Oilers have currently is probably their best option for a home jersey. So whereas Toronto, I'd like to see some change. Montreal, you could even see some change. The Rangers, I would definitely like to see some change. And Columbus, absolutely. I'm at Edmonton now, and I'm thinking, well, Edmonton has a pretty close to perfect jersey, if not perfect. I don't think I would change anything. So I'm doing this process as almost an obligatory action. Like, I'm doing it because I have to, not because I want to. And I felt that for the first time in this series with Edmonton. So I'm redesigning this jersey because I have to, not because I want to. So I'm a little disappointed that I'm even having to do this for the Edmonton Oilers, but I'm doing every team. And that's part of the challenge. I guess that's part of the fun, and it's okay to fail. And I'm going to show you an example of what I think is a failure. So my big change, I started with that. My big change is going to be color, and specifically the amount of white that's in the jersey. So I changed the shoulders, and I'll go back and forth so you can see the difference, but I've changed the shoulders. I've added a lot more white, and I've also changed the bottom of the jersey a little bit to add some more white. I was thinking back into their history a little bit, and I really liked, I think it was like the Grant Fuhr days and stuff, and I felt like there was more white back then. I didn't actually go back and check, but just in my mind, I don't know if it's a false memory, but I felt like there was more white, so I kind of played off that, and I wanted to add a little bit more white. And then I started thinking about the other home jerseys in the NHL and how rare it is for actual white shoulders to be on home jerseys. So I thought that might be kind of fun to play with. I did make a mistake here specifically. I forgot to change the inside of the jersey. See where it comes down and it's orange, and then it goes black, and then it's orange again. It should be orange, black, white. Apologies. That was just a little bit of a mistake when I saved out this specific version of the jersey. So that's the big change. You can see from the previous one, the striping has remained the same on the arm, and the striping has changed a little bit on the bottom of the jersey. But basically, the big change is adding more white to the jersey, or rearranging some of the white, because that stripe in the middle that was just above the orange has been removed or moved down and expanded. I guess I don't know how you want to say it, but I've added more white to the jersey. I've not touched anything else. So that was the big change. My small change is going to be the collar. So in this one, I did fix the inside, but the collar is removing the orange. I felt like it was a little bit distracting having that orange collar, and I wanted it to blend in with the shoulders. So I've added some whites into in the pentagon area, and then the collar going back, and then I've changed the actual collar trim color from white to blue to kind of complement the blue at the bottom of the jersey, that little trim, the middle of the jersey, the logo, and the inside of the neck there. So there you have it. That's my big change and my small change. It's not that different than the current home jersey, but I do think it's a failure because in my opinion, it's not better. It's not bad. It's not a terrible designed jersey. It's not gross, or there's probably not going to be a lot of people who hate it. I just think there's going to be a lot of people who feel the exact same way that I do, that what I've done here in this challenge isn't better than what currently exists. So this is a good example of, okay, we've made a change. Is it better? No. Okay, we failed. That's fine. It's okay to fail. And there's another example of that coming up. I have an idea for a team that I want to do. It's Washington, and I already know it's going to fail before I even do the jersey, but I'm going to do it anyway. But it's another good example of it's okay to fail. And maybe failure is good from the standpoint where I leave this alone, and in a week, maybe I come back with a better idea or a new idea, and I'm like, okay, I failed, I've learned some, now let me try again. So it's okay to fail. Just remember that when you're designing jerseys. Now, part of this process was inversing what I create for the home jersey. Or maybe not inversing, but doing a white version and then making a couple little tweaks if I want. So here's the white version. I mean, it's pretty close to their away jersey now. The only like true bit of difference is in the bottom. There's a lot more blue down below in the bottom and on the sleeves a little bit, and obviously the neck. But it gives me like early 80s, mid 80s kind of vibes here from this jersey. So I do like the away, and I like the home. I definitely don't think the home is better than the current, but I think the away might be maybe as good. I'm pretty pleased with the away. Actually gives me kind of classic vibes, so I do like that. And then I decided not to put any shoulder patch, so the optional shoulder patch option of the challenge, no shoulder patch here. Okay, I just decided now we're not going to do it. So I'll put both jerseys up on the screen, and maybe I'll find the home and away current, and I'll put them side by side so you can see current home and away versus my home and away, and give your opinions down below in the comment section. And like I said, it's okay to fail, and that's hard to do. I think when you're younger, whether it's jerseys or whether it's anything in life, you don't want to fail, and you're afraid of failing. You're afraid of making a mistake. And I think the older that you get in life, you learn to fail and that it's okay to fail. And then you learn from that. And as a designer, that's super important. Whether it's hockey jerseys, you're making billboards, logos, whatever, just keep designing, just keep working. And that is the most important part. We learn from failures. And sometimes you'll be working for a company. Let's put you in some shoes, okay? You're a designer, a graphic designer. You're working for a company. Maybe it's an agency, and that agency gets contracted to make a logo, all right? Maybe that logo, or maybe that company is called Tower Bridge, okay? From that name, from maybe their colors, you've got an idea for a logo, Tower Bridge. Okay, you could do something kind of cool with that. And then you get the rules from the company. It can't have this. It can't look like that. You can't have these colors. There's no text. That's what happens. That's real life. If you're working as a graphic designer and you're working with companies, you do get a set of rules a lot of the time, and you have to work within those boundaries. So this challenge for me is kind of a parallel example of that, where I'm challenging myself with some rules. And sometimes you can't do exactly what you want to do. If I was going to completely redesign the Edmonton Oilers jersey with no rules, I would. And it wouldn't look like what they currently have. But that's not what this is about. This is about a challenge, and it's good to challenge yourself, okay? It's good to have that practice, and it's okay to fail. Can't say that enough, honestly. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you are interested in design, we look at jersey concepts every single Friday where I critique them, and we look at the beautiful work from the community, your guys' designs. If you're interested in that, details on how to submit to the channel are down below in the comment section. If you haven't watched those previous videos, Toronto, Montreal, Columbus, and New York, have at it. Give me your opinions on those jerseys as well. And I need down below in the comment section what jersey I should do next, what home jersey. I did mention Washington. I do have an idea. I'm not saying I'm going to do that next. I'll wait until I see all the comments. But vote for your jersey that you want to see next, and I'll start designing. I'll keep going. I might increase the frequency of these, maybe do 2 a week. Would you guys be okay with that as well? Let me know down below in the comment section. So I hope you're having a good night, and hope you're watching the playoffs as intense as it is. I'm trying to put some good vibes out there, so let's see if it works. But anyways, have a great night, and we'll talk to you very soon on the channel. Subscribe if you are new. I'll talk to you soon. Adios.